Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. What one searches so badly is to be himself, to be his true self, because intuitively it must be that he knows, then he will be at peace and happy. And there is this very amazing phenomena that when one thinks, one brings the time and the space. And in time and space there must be a subject and an object. And so whatever comes from there would always be this relation between subject and object, which can create union or separations, and which will create that all the time. It goes on changing. So peace cannot be brought by this way. There will be no peace in trusting what goes on changing. It brings separation, frustration, unhappiness, and confusion. So try to be struck by knowing that for a moment you have to allow yourself not to enter into this relation subject-object. Means don't think, don't go into any movement which creates thinking. And then keep quiet and hear what's left, what's there, that's what I am. It cannot be touched by anything, it doesn't depend on anything, it rather creates everything else and makes it disappear too. So by satsang, by those directions given by the Buddhas and including my master, we can realize that now. So satsang tries to empty the mind from ideas, concepts that binds the subject. To be clear, at some point, I will not this time, I desire more than anything to be freed from illusory attainments. So I'm not going to follow any movement of the appearance. It's just that one has to be struck by that. And whatever continues belongs to the appearance, to the creation of what you really are. So please remove your doubt, ask questions, ask more clarification if needed. It will help tremendously.
Ganga,
Yes?
I had it for a long time, it's increasing and increasing. that I hear people talk, but I don't hear it. It's
So you don't hear me?
In the moment, yes.
Yeah.
But like for some days, I heard you speaking, but I didn't know what to say.
Ah,
So it doesn't stick in my mind, but I know what you said.
okay.
And that became stronger and stronger all the time. So it's like you say, satsang will be there. I have to ask three, 4 times and other people, otherwise I wouldn't know. And even then. So I'm lucky that someone else is there who takes care of it. Otherwise I wouldn't know. So yesterday also at night I was just with that, and well, at a certain point I just said, well, anyway, this mind stuff, so I rejected the whole stuff. And like you said, in that direction, like I'm that, but at certain points I have, it is still I am saying.
That is the thought which comes after. If you don't grasp that thought, what comes?
Silence will be there, but like at that moment, it was as if I heard you say, go deeper. And then...
I don't know if I say so.
No, I remember, like, it's not your language. So I rejected that also at a certain. And then at a certain point, and I can say that's I anymore, he also, I didn't hear it.
Tell.
There is this I'm that, but it is, I was wondering, is it still a landing there?
But you see, my dear, even you are always there. It's because your mind doubts that you search. So now your mind is doubting again. So what's the difference between the first time you search because you listen to your mind and now that you listen to your mind? You have not to listen to your mind. Then what happens?
That's what I tried to explain, which happened last night. Then the rest is...
You cannot explain, because if you tell it, it's again the owning of the mind, an experience by the mind, yeah? So that can still happen, but you may not have any more curiosity about it. Because you realize that what you are is always there, and that it's not about the experiences which go on changing. So that conviction is more than a conviction, because it's not a mind, but that strength, or I don't know what, that authority of this fact, I am that, should be more alive than any suggestions of the mind. Do you see that you still go on following your mind, even though it speaks about that? Yeah? Okay. So that is the only trouble. Of course, the thoughts about the subject when you started your search or now are much more subtle, or deeper if you like to say, but still it's about thoughts. You should not listen to a thought, even though they may appear. Don't think that maybe one day I will have no thoughts. Maybe sometime, like sometimes you have. You see, that's not the point. Did you hear me? You see, if one goes on following what he feels, what he knows, what rises, then of course he will still search because it never attains a state of reality which is complete in itself. That's why it's so important to demystify oneself, to demystify, oh, that's rising, so surely it's not what I am. The tricky thing is that if we are a long time a seeker going into satsang, the thoughts are about that. So it looks like there are no more thoughts maybe. But they are.
Ganga.
Yeah.
I have also difficulty with silence and how to do in the world. I don't hear things also. And then I'm really be quiet.
But at the time...
And I don't feel good with normal things.
That's an experience for a while. You may have this wave of experiencing detachment or no more interested in many things. Of course it happens, but it's again an experience, it's a wave. Why? Because it happens that you go towards the source of things. So for that you leave everything behind for a while.
It's not so Yeah.
It's not so what? Tell me.
Well, when you say, well, on this time we do this or this example, I forget.
For a while it's like that. Maybe you were so crowded that you forget a few things which are anyway not necessary. Who knows? I mean, it's an experience. You will experience things go maybe a bit unchanging, to yourself, in your body even, or in your mind. They are experiences. Don't give so much importance to them. Yeah. Yeah.
Does the self when I talk to you in satsang, you throw me somewhere, okay, and it seems to only happen in satsang. Is where you throw me, does that, I don't want to use the word experience, but does that become my familiar and normal frame of reference?
If you desire to be free, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you want to go back that direction.
Yeah.
Because it's there that there is something which is always there. And after all, everybody in this world searches for that, but it may take time and maturity to know it's about liberation, it's about knowing your real self, that this will happen. Otherwise, anything which is living wants that. It takes a long time in the evolution, in this journey, to have the luck to hear and to be struck by that. I desire finally to realize myself or to be liberated, whatever word. So, yeah.
Yeah, because my to check in with you. Where you throw me is totally unfamiliar. It seems totally unfamiliar, but also totally indescribable. I or the mind wants to take it and wants to understand it and describe it, but it can't. So in a way, the mind is totally intrigued by it as well. So hence, this is maybe where the question is coming from. But I also see that is a movement in its own right, that it's bringing this question up. And I think what I'm getting at is there's a desire to be that.
With your mind.
No.
Then it's okay, you are always that.
Yeah, to be that knowingly, I think
so with the mind. That's what I say.
But when I say knowingly,
tell me better. It's tricky.
Yeah.
I think I know what you mean. You are always that. are unconscious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, what is unconscious? It's not who you are, it is the mind who doesn't yet know where to go. And then through satsang, the mind gets more conscious of what's going on and what's the mind and all that. But it's not the mind, which is yourself, even though it's conscious, getting more conscious about things.
So the mind gets like a clarification, like a
Absolutely.
becomes clear. Then
But who you are, to realize it, you have to even to leave that behind. Because what is the clarification is that you cannot bring your mind with it. Because what means mind, this person, and something.
yeah, I think from coming to satsang now, I know that the mind can't go there.
Okay, great. Okay.
I know this. And the desire, that sort of desire, I think is
To own it. To
be.
own it. No? To be, no. The desire is to own it. And then, okay, you identify with an experience of it or an understanding of it. But you will lose it too. So, yeah, don't have any desire, just be yourself. If you go into that desire to be conscious about it or to understand it and all that, your mind plays with you.
I think it's like I hear repeated, don't touch a movement, just let the mind do its thing, don't grasp it, just let it do its thing. And one of these movements is, are you missing the point? Are you missing this really obvious?
There will always be a doubt in the mind. Why do you catch it?
I think it's like, because the search has been for a few years, and
So it looks more real than the rest.
well, it's like
You can't believe that it may be possible.
there is that, and there's also this, like, I don't, 5-10 years from now, will I still be missing a point? It's like is this.
But the mind will always present you that. What is realization? It's not that you got something new. You always are it. But your mind is busy or not, or ignorant or not, okay? Realization is when you radically don't listen to the mind as something real. So that doubt is not real. Why should I go there?
Sneaky, isn't it?
No. How did we start the search? With a doubt. Oh, I'm so happy. Cannot be. What's going on? What's real? What's this? A doubt. That is the mind, no?
So the radical nature of this is whatever the mind is presenting, whatever it is,
It's not about who you are.
just leave it.
It's not about who you are. It's about this one I see. Yeah. Surprising, huh? As a person, there is nobody enlightened on this planet. Maybe there are some Mashaya or Meshaya, Messi, some beautiful people who give good examples and all that, but it has nothing to do with what we speak about. You understand? Here it is to end the cycle of beliefs.
Because the mind isn't happy with the answer. It'll never be happy with the answer.
The mind is never happy with what is more simple than him.
Yeah.
Then he cannot catch it. It's too simple. He needs a lot to catch it. That's what I say. If you listen to the mind, you will never be freed from this mind.
And what if the mind is satisfied with that answer?
Oh, but that's good.
Okay. Okay.
I will not disturb those who are happy with what they find. I disturb those who are not happy. That's perfect. You see, there is a saying in Chan, and it is not a saying which is said with a judgment. It's difficult for the mind to be without judgment, but still. It is said, Let me remember. Small demand, small enlightenment. Big demand, big enlightenment. So if someone is happy with something else than what is presented here, for example, it's great. Then what?
The fear, not just my mind was okay, but that also my heart
What about your heart?
also was okay with the answer.
You want to be okay with the answer?
No, not just my mind
Yeah.
was glad with the answer.
Yeah.
Also my heart is glad with the answer.
Yeah, but then don't worry. Yeah, great. I'm very happy you are happy. Let it be big or small. It's very... Don't touch it. It's great.
Ganga,
Where is it?
here.
Ah! Okay.
So I know happy moment just with you. Everything else in this last 43 years were no disaster. But I think I have already said it several times, and I would like to take it what you give me, but I can't. This I can't take it.
Yeah, it's right. As a person, you cannot take it.
Yes. That
Yeah.
is the place. from
I
where
like very
can-
much your letter, first of all. It's beautiful. But you see, it's very strange. When you speak the truth. And after you say, but I cannot take it. So maybe this thought you don't catch. I cannot take it. What is it?
That's why I said it, because now I take this still real, and that's why I think honestly I can speak just from this place.
Yeah.
That's why I say
But you know very well what it is.
I know that's just
Then from where do you know that? Because you
I don't know where
you
is it.
you heard me and you learned. I
I
cannot
had
believe.
no, I had some experiencing
Okay.
about that, but it's
Okay.
I have the feeling I say this from a subtler eye. I don't say
But you
it.
see, the experiences were just genuine, and it was even not an experience.
Mm.
But because you listen to your mind after, again, I repeat the same, then it becomes an experience. And then this makes you say, I cannot take it. In fact, never forget, you are it now. So what is the difference? You listen to your mind. Otherwise, you would not speak like that. So why do you listen to your mind? Mm? You will not listen to your mind the day it's really liberation I want. You may fail sometimes because of the strength of habits, but you will never say, I cannot take it. That's a thought, a negative thought. If you feel failing because, no, I'm too much in my mind, at least you know very well it's the mind. Then at once you see, who are you? You are yourself, as you always are, but you are yourself and you know that the rest is not. Hmm? You take it?
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Hmm? What's this face? Ananda, you're meditating in satsang. Sure?
No, I was just feeling happy. That was all.
Also.
You know, I was just looking because I realised sitting here that it was a thought and it was exposed.
So you are happy to
So I'm happy.
expose.
So it's all good.
Thank you too. Then I get happy too now. So it's all about thoughts, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I would put a question, but I really don't know how to formulate it, but you always help me. Normally we say mind or heart in contraposition of mind.
In contraposition.
Okay, so mind and heart like
Yeah.
not mind.
Okay.
That was my right word, contraposition. Contraposition. Once you told me, or you told us, that it's not a correlation between the self and the body.
There is no relation anymore.
Correlation.
Yeah.
Then, often I can hear, and my heart is satisfied. I wonder if that is just an experience. Otherwise, it would be a correlation between something that happened that is not just mine.
I was just thinking about happiness in the mind. Let me think loudly then. You know, if the mind is happy with an object, the object goes, so it's an experience. But wait, the mind can have this experience of happiness when it doesn't grasp anything. Yeah? So it's not due to an object, it's just an expression of the self, it's pure happiness, let's say like that. But it goes too, because it is expressed in the mind. So the great knowledge to remember is that even though it's a pure happiness, let's speak like that, and I think here is applied the word of bliss, it's pure happiness, it will go because it's felt, it's experienced, but you will not be at loss because you know that you are what could express it. You are not that wave. It's the same with the event of realization. There is a kind of, maybe not always this, didn't make research for that. An event of realization, it was my case, for example. You can see the date, the moment, and all that. But it was my luck, because I went to an excellent school, that I heard, even this event is not it. Though it's provoked by it at that time. So never confuse the waves of enlightenment or the waves of happiness or of peace for it. Just be from where it could express itself. That's always there, and that's what you are.
I think I need to listen it again. Just the last part.
It will be all the time in your heart to listen to it. It can never go from you if you don't want to make something out of it. And the big drama on all this market of teachings about the subject is that the event, because there were no good schools, the event of realization is taken for it. Tell me if any experience can last. No. Or you have to make effort to somehow maintain it, or you have to go back to your memory, or you have to create some circumstances which will help you to experience it again. So all depends on somebody fake. Apparently, it's appearance only. So hear that it's great. Not to confuse who you are for a particular experience.
I am deaf. And that particular experience comes from death even if I don't see it.
You will never see who you are. You will never see who you are. When you see it, it's an experience of bliss eventually. Stop to want to own it. It's this bird. I feel I am in Australia. It's like a bird from Australia.
Kookaburra.
Yeah, something. How come? You see? We jump with the mind.
Jung says that something else is synchronic coincidence. Okay.
This is science. This is science. The beauty of science, the attraction of understanding science.
Nee. There is an observer and an observing, right? They always come together.
It goes together.
Yeah. They also disappear together and reappear together.
What a couple. Yeah.
Now, there's something that's aware of that. The appearing and the disappearing.
You see that?
Yeah. I see that. My question is, may I quote you of something you said?
May I not agree
Yeah.
also? Yeah? Okay. I hear you.
I read it. I quote you.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Because it's no, I don't.
No, please, do
It's
it.
something important that I mentioned yesterday to you, and it seems to be important to me since you told me to be very precise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you said on the 17th of May, you said.
No, you can. No, no.
It said when this split second was there for me, the mind got so inspired, there was a flow of knowledge. The whole yoga Vashishta was out, but happily because I failed quite a few times, happily this time I was determined not to look at it. It is nothing, it is nothing. My master said so. I trusted. That was my luck.
That's, I just mentioned that now.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I mentioned now. Any experience, let it be directly from there, means without object. Still will not be it. That's exactly what I just mentioned. And it is a pearl, priceless pearl to hear. Yeah, go on.
So there is, in that moment, there is a lot going on. There's remember, there's failure, memory of master. There's
No, that is before.
okay.
It's fast.
It is fast, as always. The mind is fast. What is the difference then when I understand that there is a coming and a going, an observer and an observed? What's the difference between you and me?
The difference, first of all, there is no difference. The difference, you make it because you still listen to your mind, not me. Understand? There is no difference between you and me. There is no you and me. But in the you and me, I don't listen to my mind and you do.
So how to stop it?
Hearing, being struck, understanding, but no more, I don't know which kind of understanding, that you have not to listen to your mind. Is it difficult to understand?
Obviously, because I do listen to the mind.
I'm at loss what to do.
I'm also at loss.
Then, in that case, apply what our grandfather said. Who is this I who is at loss? Who am I? Where do you go then? Keep quiet. Keep quiet means don't take the next rising thought at least keep quiet a split second, don't take the rising next thought. Next rising thought. What's that? And when you take the next rising thought, no, finally know for certain, it belongs to the appearance, unreal by nature, I'm not that. And apply it again and again as long as there is not that so-called strength of habits. That's all. But at least you know yourself. You have not to search it anymore. What do you say? Where are you left? Tell me, because it's important.
Yeah, it is. It's the again and again, at least the again and again. You see, when I read your words, you see, there is a difference.
Because there is a radicality. I have the authority of what I speak. Why? Because I don't listen to my mind. This is like that, no? How realization, which you already are realized, but how it becomes a fact.
Right.
A fact. When you don't listen to your mind anymore. I don't know what to say. I hope to have another language sometime, but to me it looks extremely clear. You see, the desire for freedom will make you really wish to spot what's the mind. You see, because you know, if it is the mind, I don't go there. Yeah?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So that desire has really to be essential, the priority, yeah? Otherwise this will not happen. It cannot be, as a human being, we cannot have 24 hours a desire for freedom. But at least once a day, have some fire for that.
See,
Where
have
are
to
you
help
stuck?
me. I still don't seem to really spot the mind.
You see, what is this? What is this reflection? This observation? What is it?
Searching, what do you mean?
It's a thought.
Yeah.
No. Remain as you are and don't follow that thought. What happens? Without catching another thought.
It's very fast.
It will be less fast. Fast because of habits. Because we think, you see, as thinking, as a human being, we think it's continuous. We live on thoughts as a human being. We live on thoughts, experiences, and so on. But here is to know who I am in reality. And this continuity is just a thought. It doesn't exist, continuity. So you are allowed to express and try to see that it's, maybe see by yourself or not, it's a thought. So I don't go there. Try for a while, even in satsang, the time of satsang, you will see. It's amazing to see how one feeds himself, its person, with thoughts or experiences. And that's why it looks impossible, of course, because this will not happen to somebody. So to somebody it's impossible, in fact, yes, to be freed from a movement of the mind. From the mind, rather. To be freed from the tyranny of the mind. Yeah, great job.
I ask one more question.
Yeah.
That I'm even here and hear you, or that, what is that? You're not even...
That is just because one cannot express what it is. It doesn't mean anything that, but somehow it's obliged to hear someone who knows about it, so that at least you know the direction is right. It's like that. Okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, but please do the job.
Yeah.
Welcome to Satsang. So, we are in satsang, means we will speak of something else than what you generally know or play with. The happiness you may have, moments of happiness you have, sometimes they are provoked by nothing, just happy. I don't know why, but I'm just happy. And sometimes, maybe more often, they are provoked by an object, something you have suddenly, and then it makes you happy. But know that the happiness is your nature, your real nature, who you really are, beyond your knowledge of I am a boy, I'm a girl, I'm this and that. So let those words fall into your heart and close the eyes, and don't do anything with it. Just be happy.
Thank you.
There are no other kids? There is another kid? No? Bus? No other kids?
Ganga. What about the paradox of when one says or you say, then you know yourself? To know implies the mind. Without mind, there is no knowing. So it can only be being.
Yeah, but you know them. You know your being. That way. It's, you see, when I say you know yourself is because at the same time you don't know what it is, but you know very well what it is by realization. Let it be no being, being, let it be a paradox you have to express. You know it, but it's not a knowledge through an understanding. It's, I don't know how to call it. You see. So what is the real question?
It's something which is very easy to fall, to know.
If you know anything, it's not that. Sure. But you see, it's like the three mountains. First mountain, it's a mountain. Everybody swallows, it's a mountain. Okay? Ignorant even of what's a mountain, it's a mountain. Second, the seeker. He questions everything. The mountain is no more a mountain. He questions. Huh? Third, mountain is a mountain. You cannot say that ignorantly I am realizing myself. You cannot say I'm conscious of myself. You are consciousness itself, awareness I prefer itself, and this awareness is a function, because if you are aware of, it's a function. If you are just awareness, you can call it anything because you cannot describe it. But at least you know who you are because you don't search anymore. But it's not probably a mental knowledge, of course. I mean, of course. Otherwise, you go on searching anyway. So it's a word.
Isn't it very easy to fall into that trap after years of listening?
But this is exactly the work of the journey of a seeker. That's why he has to come to satsang to be corrected to the right direction. This you cannot not fall into that trap. Of course, how many times myself I thought I got it. It's it. I got it. Now. And then ratatatum. Happily, I was linked with my master. We cannot do otherwise. It looks like, you know. There is even a joke. I get enlightenment by repetition, repetitive enlightenment. I think many also have that. It's the way the journey presents itself. Huh? Yeah. But that's why it's so essential to not to go too quickly. Not to come back too quickly to the master. These are the traps. Sure, these are the traps on the way. Happy? Satisfied? No.
It's still it's knowing.
But why you... Okay, this knowing. Okay, knowing is what? It's the mind.
It's the mind.
Yeah. So you don't like, in fact, the expression know yourself. It's your right.
Seems incorrect.
But, huh?
It seems incorrect.
Okay, then what you will replace by what? I will see what you
Being.
say. What being? You know what you are then. It's the same. If you say, I am beingness, you know you are beingness. Of course, and it's not it. It is not it, because it's nor being nor non-being. Okay? Okay. Yeah.
Is there being without I, without attachment?
Yeah. The beginning of the question, I don't know.
Or being without I.
Yeah, but are you so attached to the word being that I have to save it, or it can be anything? Can be anything.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Good.
Okay. Great. And it doesn't belong to I. Okay. Great. No doubt about it. Don't doubt about it. But keeping quiet is to go there. Once you are there, why should you keep quiet? To keep quiet is a hint, a very precious hint to allow the self to reveal itself. Otherwise, it has no meaning. Okay? You see, now it makes me think of the darshan. What is a real darshan? No, that's a real darshan. You see, people say, oh, I have the darshan of someone. You don't say, I visit someone. So it means something else than a visit, than just to meet a body. A darshan is when that so-called appearance keeps quiet in himself to give the darshan of the self to the one who comes. You see? So that the mind, that one at least may catch what it is without the mind. That's real darshan. The real darshan of your master is you always see his form, and sometimes you see is not the form. That's the darshan. So sometimes the one who gives darshan keeps quiet in his mind for that. It's also a way to teach. But otherwise, it is a wonderful hint to be freed from the tyranny of the self. This is my best I'm not going to take it back. You wanted to hear something unheard. I don't know.
accept yourself?
Of course. So wonderful. Yeah.
So we only can spot the mind.
Yeah.
We only can spot the mind.
Yeah,
I cannot
only,
spot.
I can only spot
I
the
can only spot the mind.
Yes. And where is I? Thank you very much.